Hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you. It is 9 minutes with me from Rosie's Corner. Listen, the heat has come in Central New York. Isn't it great to have the weather back? But you don't want to cook, right? And not only because it's a little bit warmer, but it's also Friday, man. Like, let's just get takeout tonight, right? That's what I'm doing today from here at Rosie's Corner. Pizza, pasta, hot and cold subs, wings, you name it. Fish Friday today with mac and cheese, coleslaw, and French fry sides for your choosing. Amazing place to be here. I would recommend the garlic parm wings, the Gold Fever, and hey, don't forget about other entree items: burgers, stuffed shells, Lunas. You name it here at Rosie's Corner. Salads are in the cooler, Pepsi products are in the cooler, and desserts to go as well. Rosie's Corner is a proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. All right, I want to dive in a little bit to the AL East in Major League Baseball, kind of looking at where it's at right now, where we could be headed, some of the teams, some surprises, etc. I'm going to start right out of the gate with the Yankees. I still don't trust this team in the postseason. They've won some series recently, and we know, going back to the Joe Torre era, he used to always say it. When you get under 500, just win some games, get back to the 500 line, and then start to roll from there and win series. And that's what the Yankees have done. Winning the series against the Rangers, Baltimore, Tampa. But let's see what the Yankees do against better teams, consistently. I'm still not. I don't trust this team because they just can't get clutch hits. I mean, they get guys on base all the time, but they can't get that key hit with 2 outs, run around second, etc., down a run, up a run, put the game away or get back in a game. They just can't get key hits. But unbelievably, the Yankees have had great starting pitching. I mean, you look at if Corey Kluber can keep this up, you got Garrett Cole, Corey Kluber, and then Domingo Germán has actually been really, really good this year as well. We know he has a great arm. I've been stunned at Germán's production. He mowed down the Rangers yesterday, and he's mixing in all these great off-speed pitches early in the count. He's getting guys to swing early, and then he puts people away with 2 strikes. If you get Cole and you get Kluber and Germán to continue this 3-headed monster here, maybe the Yankees will have some kind of a shot. I think this team wins the division. I think over the long haul, this is a good enough baseball team to still win 95 to 100 games. They'll take advantage of some bad pitching. They'll take advantage of piss-poor teams, Detroit, Minnesota, Baltimore, Texas. They'll take advantage of some of the bad teams in the American League. But it's going to be the postseason. Obviously, that's where your money's made in general. It's where your money is especially made in the Bronx. And they're due. I mean, the Yankees haven't won a World Series since 2009. They haven't even been to the World Series since that year as well. They got to get there. They got to get back, and they need to win one here pretty soon. I mean, with all the resources and all the the players and the payroll and all the rest that they have, the scouting department, all the other sorts of things. They need to get back there, and I'm not saying you have to win it every year, but it's long overdue at this point. I mean, since 2000 the Marlins and the Yankees have the exact same amount of World Series wins, and so let's see what this team can do. But surprisingly, they've been built on pitching. They have not really hit, I don't think, as many long balls as we thought. We thought maybe the juggernaut offense and all the rest was going to happen. Hasn't been the case. Can't get big hits. Guys are injured. Of course they're injured. Stanton out. Hicks out. So we'll see what happens. But I think this team still wins the regular season. But it's going to be a lot tougher, I think, than people thought going into the year because of the upstart Red Sox here. I mean, this team with Boston, you want to talk about really good pitching. How about Pivetta? How about Evaldi? How about Rodriguez? I don't know if these guys are going to be able to keep it up, but the pitching's been pretty good. I don't trust that bullpen long-term. Adam Ottavino was picked up from the Yankees in a trade. He's too helter-skelter, among others. But right now the Red Sox are getting pitching, and they're getting some monster production out of guys like Xander Bogaerts, like Devers, JD Martinez. I mean, the offense still has some pretty big-time players in it, even without Mookie Betts in that lineup anymore. Chaim Bloom is kind of trying to revamp things a little bit, revamp the payroll, change some things, and I think that Boston has been really impressive this year. Baltimore, I think there's a little bit more fight in Orioles in this team than last year and the year before, but a really, really, really good 19 games, against all the AL East teams. to kind of test where they're at. I feel like Baltimore has been in rebuild mode forever, right? I just feel like they've been constantly in this since they made the playoffs some years back. I feel like they've been constantly just in rebuild mode. Like, when are they going to be good again? When are the draft picks going to show up? And by the way, no pitcher should want to go to Camden Yards. I mean, it's a bandbox of home run hitting. Why would I go to Baltimore and poof up my ERA by a couple of runs and give up a ton more home runs? Why would I do that? And then I'm not going to get the next contract. Plus, it's a losing franchise. There's culture issues there. I would like to see Baltimore be good. I'm not saying that I want them to be good and be better than the Yankees, but I'd like to see a proud franchise. You know, Jim Palmer, Frank Robinson, Cal Ripken Jr., remember Eddie Murray, remember all those names and the success there? It's a trademark franchise in Major League Baseball. Earl Weaver, I mean, think of it. You go to Camden Yards, it's such a special place. It started up all the brand new ballparks. It's such a great, unbelievable place to watch a baseball game. All the statues are outside. You got the Inner Harbor and the restaurants and all the rest. You got Boo's Barbecue. Phenomenal place to go watch a baseball game. And the fan base is really good, too. I go down there a lot. My sister lives in Maryland, just north of the city of Baltimore, and they deserve a better product. There's no question about that. Let's see if Baltimore can continue here to improve. I think Toronto and the Rays are interesting clubs. I picked the Rays and A's to win the wild cards, but you could very well see Toronto and Tampa hanging for the long haul. We know Toronto's roster is really, really exciting, right? I mean, they can really bang the ball out of the ballpark. They hit for average and power. I love Bichette and Biggio and Vlad Guerrero Jr. Saw all those guys come up through the minor leagues. They've got a real nice foundation there. The question is, can the starting pitching and the bullpen hang in there? Same deal here with Tampa Bay as far as their rotation. The bullpen with Castillo and company and Fairbanks, I think they'll be fine, as dominant as last year's pennant-winning team. But can the rotation hang in there in terms of post Tyler Glasnow, guys who start after him? We know they traded away Blake Snell. They let Charlie Morton walk in free agency to the Atlanta Braves. It's going to be fascinating to see if Tampa's starting pitching can stay up at that high level. They've gotten unbelievable production out of Randy Arozarena. They've got so many guys there who just figure out ways to hit. They just figure it out. Tampa, they just hang around, they win a bunch of games, and they show up again in the postseason. I don't think this year is going to be any different. I think this team wins a wild card and gets into October baseball. But the AL East is a lot more competitive and a lot better on the whole. It's a lot deeper top to bottom than I think we thought going into the season. Awesome stuff to watch in the AL East here moving forward with who wins the division, who maybe can capture some wild cards, and obviously I think the Red Sox being where they are right now change the division the most. I still expect the Yankees to win it. I expect the Yankees to lose early in the playoffs again because I don't think this team is made for the playoffs. I think the starting pitching, again, we'll see if it can hold up. Cole, Tyone, Kluber, Erman, are they going to get Severino back? If the starting pitching doesn't hold up, then the bullpen, which has been the best arguably in baseball, that will be taxed because you're going to have to keep rolling out Chad Green all the time. You're going to have to keep rolling out all these multiple relievers. They don't even have Zach Britton yet, but, Loizaga and Green and Chapman, I mean, these guys are going to start getting tired. The Yankees pitching needs to hang in there, but also, maybe even more so, they need to get better production when guys are on base, the runners in scoring position, and getting those clutch hits. So stay tuned with the American League East the rest of the way. I'm Mike Lindsley here from Rosie's Corner. It's a Fish Friday. Stop on down. Pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs, and your Fish Friday entree or your sandwich. In terms of the sides, you can get your mac and cheese, you can get your coleslaw, and you get your French fries as well. Make sure to get them on Grubhub, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Rosie's Corner, just off the Bartell Road exit, Route 11 in Brewerton, right in front of the Brewerton Bridge, which I can see out the window right here. Rosie's Corner is a proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.